Chapter 3599. What do you mean? Han Yueyao wasn't a scheming bitch. So if there was anything she didn't understand, she had to ask him face to face. She didn't think she was familiar enough with this man to ask such a question so casually, so she wasn't very happy. To be honest, if it weren't for Su Xiaoxiao, she wouldn't have come out. If she wanted to do anything back then, she had plenty of opportunities at the capital city dance academy. At that time, the local tycoons drove expensive cars and waited at the entrance of her school every day, just to hook up with beauties. Legend had it that the girls at the dance academy were not only beautiful, had good figures and had good temperaments. Most importantly, they could cooperate in any position. They were the gospel of men. At that time, some of Han Yueyao's roommates were with tycoons. They wanted to introduce her to them, but she was born into a family of teachers and didn't allow herself to tarnish her parents' reputation. So in the past few years in college, not to mention tycoons, she hadn't even found a rich second-generation heir boyfriend. Those who tried to pursue her were all defeated in the end. Now that she was living in a foreign land, the man who didn't seem to like talking suddenly asked such a question, which annoyed Han Yueyao. It's nothing. I'm just asking casually. You don't have to answer. Don't worry. I won't answer such a boring question. Hey woman, how can you talk to our brother Lin like that? The man who seemed to be his lackey was quite dissatisfied with Han Yueyao's attitude toward Lin Hang. However, Lin Hang didn't seem to care and didn't let the man continue to pester him. Soon Su Xiaoxiao came up. She brought a waiter with her and brought a lot of beer and snacks. Now isn't that Mao Bai's song very popular recently? My favorite is Someone Like Me. Hurry up and choose one. I don't know how to. Han Yueyao was dumbfounded. It's okay. Brother Lin knows how to sing. Han Yueyao looked at the man who obviously didn't respond. She sat down and ordered the song on the TV. Then the melody of the song appeared on the TV. Su Xiaoxiao picked up the microphone and handed it to Lin Hang. Brother Lin, I love hearing you sing. Hurry up and sing for me. Lin Hang slowly took the microphone and sang as if there was no one else around. It was like kneeling down. Han Yueyao didn't expect the Prince of Hesitation, who was a motorcycle rider, to be so good at singing. There was a hint of vicissitudes in his voice, as if he was someone with a story. Does it sound good? Su Xiaoxiao asked. Well, not bad. She hated Lin Hang a little, so she didn't praise him. Before the song was finished, Su Xiaoxiao ran away without saying where she was going. Embarrassed, she got up and walked into the washroom. Then she locked the door and played with her cell phone. She was really afraid that the man would suddenly ask an even more awkward question. In fact, she was overthinking things. Lin Hang didn't care whether she answered or not. Su Xiaoxiao ran to the private room next door and sat down before Wei Ying. Sister Wei Ying, how long has it been since I last saw you out? Yeah, I'm old and can't stay up all night. Wei Ying smiled as she held a bottle of Budweiser. Have you made any progress with Shen Mingxi? Su Xiaoxiao had known Wei Ying for many years and knew what was on her mind. Forget it, let's not talk about it. At the mention of Shen Mingxi, Wei Ying's mouth turned bitter. She thought that the two of them would have a good relationship, but who knew that Hui Yanyan would suddenly return? She kept harassing Shen Mingxi, causing great damage to their relationship. They divorced because of Hui Yanyan. Now because of this woman, Wei Ying's heart was almost empty. So, you're going to be with young Master Yi? Su Xiaoxiao asked her secretly. Then she stole a glance at Yi Xiaoyang, who was singing not far away. Wei Ying hesitated and didn't know how to answer. Sister Wei Ying, when I came in, I saw Shen Mingxi loitering downstairs. Is he waiting for you? Su Xiaoxiao thought for a while and told Wei Ying what she saw. He's downstairs. Wei Ying was surprised. Chapter 3600. Immerse Su'er nodded. Wei Ying began to feel conflicted again. She had thought she wouldn't have anything to do with Shen Mingxi. Her brother Wei Liao strongly objected to it. This time, after the psycho Hui Yanyan came back, even her sister-in-law, Jiang Xiaowei, persuaded Wei Ying to give up. So they hadn't seen each other for a long time. During this time, Shen Mingxi sent Wei Ying several WeChat messages. But Wei Ying didn't reply. She only replied once in a while, but her tone was indifferent. Shen Mingxi was smart enough to figure out what she was trying to do. After that, there was a gap of about a week and the two of them didn't have any contact. Wei Ying felt that it was impossible for them to be together again. Since Yi Xiaoyang was chasing her relentlessly, she and her friends went out with him to have fun. But to her surprise, Su Xiaoxiao told her that Shin Mingxi was waiting for her downstairs. This made Wei Ying's determination waver again. Sister Wei Ying, you seem conflicted. Things between us aren't that simple. Wei Ying sighed in a low voice. Sister Wei Ying, I think, if you like someone you should say it out loud. If you hold it in for some reason and miss the opportunity, you'll regret it when you're old. There's no medicine for regret in this world. The taste of regret is terrible. So, I don't know what's going on between you two. If you like him, give him a chance. Otherwise, you two will miss the opportunity. Su Xiaoxiao was still young. As the saying goes, newborn calves aren't afraid of tigers. She spoke and acted like an adventurous child. But Wei Ying did take his words seriously. Wei Ying stuttered for a long time, not knowing what to say. You decide for yourself. I'm going to karaoke with my friends. Talk to you later. Su Xiaoxiao stood up and left. Wei Ying clenched her fists and finally made up her mind. She picked up her bag and walked out. And where are you going? Yi Xiaoyang immediately followed her. I'm going out for some fresh air. It's a bit stuffy. I'll go with you. No, I want to be alone. Then Wei Ying stood up and walked out. Yi Xiaoyang's expression became complicated. Young Master Yi, you haven't managed to woo Miss Wei yet? Someone on the side deliberately jeered. Yeah, young Master Yi, Wei Ying isn't a virgin. She's already been married. Why is it so hard to get her? Did you not use your trump card? Shut the fuck up. For some reason Yi Xiaoyang's mood suddenly turned sour. After scolding him, everyone saw that he was really angry and didn't dare to continue teasing him. When Wei Ying went downstairs, she saw Shin Mingxi still loitering by the roadside. Parked next to it was a black Porsche Cayenne that he often drove. Shin Mingxi was still holding a cigarette in his hand, and there were already 5 or 6 cigarette butts by his feet. Seeing this, Wei Ying's heart twitched. She took a deep breath and pretended not to know anything as she walked over. Brother Mingxi, why are you here? Oh, I came here with my business partner. They just left. You're here too? Obviously, Shin Mingxi knew Wei Ying was here. Wei Ying nodded. Are you cold? Why are you wearing so little? He saw Wei Ying in the middle of the night only wearing a short-sleeved dress. Shin Mingxi took off his black and white baseball uniform and put it on Wei Ying. Then they fell into silence again. You go first. Shin Mingxi smiled, but it was a tired smile. Chapter 3601. I've been busy lately. Sometimes I don't have time to reply to your WeChat messages. Wei Ying purposely explained. It's okay. Shin Mingxi seemed to know why. How have you been these days? Well, Wei Ying looked at Shin Mingxi in surprise. It wasn't his usual style. Is it because of Hui Yanyan? Is she still bothering you? Wei Ying asked. Well. Then, Wei Ying was curious, wondering what the man wanted to say. Because I've been thinking about you. Wei Ying, Shin Mingxi seemed to have become bolder recently. He would never have said such things before, but now he could say them so naturally. Actually, I know your situation. I won't give you a hard time. I brought this upon Hui Yanyan myself. You don't have to bear the consequences with me. Plus, Wei Liangchuan doesn't plan on forgiving me. I know that. You're the best you know. But I don't deserve you anymore. Shin Mingxi's words came from the bottom of his heart. But Wei Ying's heart ached when she heard his words. Tears almost fell from her eyes. Mingxi, don't say that. I feel bad. It's okay. The truth is, I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't sleep and miss you so much. One of my friends posted it on WeChat and I saw you were there, so I drove here. But I can't go upstairs to see you, so I thought it'd be good to see you downstairs. Wei Ying felt worse and worse. Go upstairs. They're still waiting for you. What about you? Wei Ying asked. I'll go back. It's good to see you again. Then Shin Mingxi turned to leave. Indeed, if he continued, he wouldn't be able to leave. Shin Mingxi saw all the good things about Wei Ying. She was no longer the unreasonable, arrogant, and unreasonable rich young lady. Mingxi, what about your coat? Wei Ying tried to find a topic. Wear it. Don't give it to me. You don't want to catch a cold. No. You can have it. It's windy at night and you can't wear too little. Wei Ying quickly took off his coat and helped him put it on. Shin Mingxi turned around abruptly and the two of them almost collided. The distance between the tip of his nose was so close that one could see his pores. Then, there was the sound of awkward breathing. Looking at Wei Ying up close, Shin Mingxi felt his heart race. At this time, shouldn't he do something? Yes, he suddenly felt that he was losing his mind. At this moment, all he wanted to do was kiss Wei Ying. This was the girl he missed so much in his heart. Just as Shen Mingxi leaned in and was about to kiss her, suddenly, a voice broke the silence. Ying. Wei Ying came back to her senses and saw Yi Xiaoyang standing at the entrance of the nightclub, his face dark. Because of the intervention of an outsider, the two of them naturally separated. Wei Ying returned the clothes to him. Everyone is waiting for you. Go on up. Yi Xiaoyang didn't speak to Shen Mingxi, but he didn't pick a fight with him like he usually did. Chapter 3602. Ahem ahem ahem, Han Yueyao coughed violently, feeling extremely awkward. She had known that Su Xiaoxiao was extremely ferocious, but she didn't expect it to be to this extent. Was she forcing herself on him? Lin Heng's reaction was also very fast. The moment he was pushed down by Su Xiaoxiao, when Su Xiaoxiao's lips touched his slightly cold ones, he woke up immediately. Lin Heng immediately woke up, pushed Su Xiaoxiao away and then turned over. Big brother Lin. I like you very much. Do you dare to date me? Su Xiaoxiao didn't seem embarrassed at all and even took the opportunity to confess. It's quite an exciting scene. Han Yueyao was stunned. Yes, as Su Xiaoxiao's friend she was indeed stunned. Ahem, this is the 7th time. Xiaoxiao, is it really okay for you to take advantage of Big Brother Lin like this? The man who came with Lin Heng seemed to be defending Big Brother Lin. Hearing that it was the 7th time, Han Yueyao almost spat out her saliva. I don't care how many times it is. Anyway, I won't give up. Su Xiaoxiao glared at the man. Su Xiaoxiao, stop it. Glancing at Su Xiaoxiao coldly, Lin Heng stood up and was about to leave. You can't leave. If you don't become my boyfriend, you're not allowed to walk out of this door today. Su Xiaoxiao was probably very sad at being rejected again. Then she turned into a female bandit and blocked Lin Heng's way. Do you want to add, I opened this mountain and planted this tree? Han Yueyao reminded him jokingly. Yes. Yao Yao's suggestion is good. I opened this mountain and planted this tree. If you want to pass this road, leave your body. Ahem ahem ahem, the man behind Lin Heng coughed violently, thinking how insatiable Su Xiaoxiao was. Not only did she openly court him, but she also made it so explicit. It was a good thing that Brother Lin was a man who could control the situation. Otherwise, if it were any other man, they would have been embarrassed to death. I told you we're not suitable for each other. Lin Heng's words were cold. It's not up to you to decide whether we're suitable or not. No one is born suitable for each other. It's all made up. You're not my type. Lin Heng stared at Su Xiaoxiao indifferently. Then I'm willing to become your dish. Su Xiaoxiao, don't be so childish. You're 20 years old. You're not a kindergarten kid anymore. How many times do you want to play such a boring game? Play until you agree. I won't agree because I don't like you at all. After saying that, Lin Heng rudely pushed Su Xiaoxiao away, opened the door and left. Lin Heng, you bastard. After being rejected again, Su Xiaoxiao fell to the ground and cried awkwardly. Xiaoxiao, are you all right? Lin Heng. Fuck you, I swear that one day I'll appear in your household register. Even if I can't marry you, I'll marry your father. I'll make you call me mom every day. Hearing his words, Han Yueyao burst out laughing again. Litli, calm down my ass. Didn't you see my man run away? Get it back for me. Su Xiaoxiao gave her a hard shove. Then he pushed Han Yueyao out. Mia, wait a minute. Lin Mia. Lin Heng frowned slightly when he heard how Han Yueyao addressed him. Chapter 3603. Lin Mimi, Xiaoxiao is your friend. Do you have to do this? Why are you scolding her? Do I have to let her do whatever she wants to me? Ha! How can a woman scold a man? She's just teasing you. Don't mind her. I don't think you can joke about relationships. I don't understand your values. As Lin Heng spoke, he glanced at Han Yueyao's face. Lin Mimi, Xiaoxiao is really sad that you're like this. Do you still want to be friends? Han Yueyao tried to smooth things over. We don't have to be friends. Damn. I don't understand. What does Xiaoxiao like about a blockhead like you? I don't understand either. The two of them looked at each other quietly. Han Yueyao was about to speak when Su Yu and a client walked out. You haven't gone home yet? Su Yu was infuriated to see Han Yueyao not home at such a late hour and doing something with a man. What a coincidence. President Su. Han Yueao didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Did she step on dog shit recently? No matter what she did, she seemed to run into Su Yu and be scolded by him. Yeah, what a coincidence. Your nightlife is getting more and more colorful. Su Yu looked at her in disdain. Seeing this, Lin Heng turned around and left. Hey Lin Mimi, Han Yueao wanted to chase after him. But Su Yu grabbed her wrist. Stop right there. President Su, I have to get him back or else. Boyfriend? Su Yu was confused. No. Don't you think your behavior is a little indecent? You still want to be an actress and artist? Aren't you afraid that your reputation will be exposed and you'll be smeared? So you thought Han Yueao was a well-behaved girl at first. She never did things like that. But now she was getting more and more ridiculous. She was doing this with a man on the street. Didn't Huamin care? President Su, it's not what you think, he said. Stop laughing and joking. Go home immediately. Okay, I'll go back now. Wait for me outside. I'll send you off. Han Yueao was dumbfounded. Don't try to trick me, I have to send you back myself. Also, I'll definitely tell Mian about this. Su Yu scolded furiously. That's right. He just wanted to show Huamin what kind of rotten cousin she was. What kind of character did she have? Han Yueao felt wronged but didn't dare to say anything. If he told Su Yu that he came here with Xiao Xiao, wouldn't the conflict between Su Yu and Xiao Xiao get worse? Although she didn't know what their relationship was, Xiao Xiao didn't seem to respect Su Yu very much. Perhaps there was some conflict between the two of them. After much consideration, she decided not to tell him that Xiao Xiao was here. Therefore, he silently went outside with his head hung low. Pyo Su Yu a new girlfriend? The client looked at Su Yu in confusion. No, it's my friend's younger sister. I was asked to take care of her. Oh, I see. This girl is not bad. I wonder if it's possible. The middle-aged man seemed to have other thoughts. I'm sorry, President Song. My friend's younger sister is like my younger sister. Okay, I understand, President Su. Seeing Su Yu's quick refusal, the man didn't say anything else. After and saw the client off, Su Yu stepped on the brakes in his black Lamborghini and stopped before Han Yueao. Good evening, President Su. Han Yueao decided to try flattering Su Yu and see if he would let her go. Good evening. Get in the car. Su Yu's face was dark. Chapter 3604. Can I not get in the car? Han Yueao pouted. What do you think? Su Yu gave her a dirty look. Finally, Han Yueao got into the car helplessly and sent a message to Su Xiao Xiao, telling her that she was in Su Yu's car and not to expose her whereabouts. After getting into the car, Su Yu started the car and drove away. When the car stopped, he didn't say anything. Embarrassed, Han Yueao lowered her head and took out her cell phone to play the popular antivirus game. Su Yu tilted his head and glanced at her. He was furious. You're in the mood to play games? What else can I do? Should I cry and beg President Su for forgiveness and not drive me away? You're different from ordinary people. Are you a weirdo? Su Yu thought the girl's way of doing things, including the way she spoke, was indeed unique. President Su, don't think too highly of me. I'm just a small shrimp and not worth your attention. Su Yu, President Su, you're the one who's in the mood. Shouldn't you be busy choosing a gift for Sister Mian? Why do you have time to care about the nightlife of your employees? How come the whole world knows it's Mian's birthday? Su Yu froze slightly. Sure enough, the girl used Mian's birthday as a cover. That's because Sister Mian is a nice person. Although she didn't say it on WeChat, everyone knows it. In fact, Han Yueao learned about it in private because Lady Su told her. Lady Su meant that since Huamin had introduced her to the company, she wanted to choose a gift for Han Yueao. That way Han Yueao would look good. But the girl refused. She couldn't afford it, so she took someone else's gift and said it was a gift from her. Han Yueao really couldn't do it. That was what she had said. She said to Su Yu's mother, Auntie Su, I think it's a matter of sincerity. Sister Mian doesn't care about the difference between rich and poor. I'm a student and don't have the ability to buy luxury goods. It's not good for you to buy it for me. Why don't I save up some pocket money and buy something sincere? Hearing this, Su Yu's mother agreed. In the end, she didn't ask Han Yueao to give her the pair of Burberry scarves she had bought for her. So when she saw Su Yu's reaction today, she immediately brought it up, but Su Yu was much calmer. What are you going to give him? Su Yu was curious about her gift. Guess. Han Yueao smiled mysteriously. Suyu was speechless. Forget it. You rich people won't be interested in my gifts. They're not expensive, but I know how good Sister Mion is to me. Don't be so serious. Did you get an invitation? Suyu teased her. Invitation? Obviously, Han Yueao didn't know there was such a thing. Mion's birthday party will be held on a luxury cruise ship. It's hosted by my buddy Tang Chuan. His fiancée Qin Ning is Mion's sister-in-law. They're very close. Qin Ning proposed to hold a big birthday party for Mion this year. Without an invitation you can't enter the cruise ship. So, if I have to follow you and sneak in? Han Yueao asked calmly. Do you think I'll take you in? Suyu rolled his eyes at her. Suyu drove me home so late, so I have to be a good person. I'm not a good person, Suyu quibbled. If you're so unreasonable, I'll have to go to Southside and talk to the sister in the VIP ward of the orthopedics department. Han Yueao smiled. Damn it. Are you threatening me? Suyu was surprised. Chapter 3605. I don't dare to threaten her. I just want to chat with that beauty and be friends, Han Yueao said calmly as she played the game. Suyu was so angry that he laughed. You're the most shameless woman I've ever met, Suyu said. Thank you for your compliment. I'll continue to work hard. If you continue to be like this, you won't be able to get married. No man will want you, Suyu gave her a piece of advice. You won't be able to find a wife either. How dare you criticize me? Suyu was so angry that he didn't want to chat with Han Yueao anymore since they couldn't continue the conversation. Soon Suyu stopped the car at the entrance of the dorm. Why didn't you sneakily get off the car today? Suyu asked curiously. I'm not that stupid. I was afraid people would gossip about me. But now, even if you don't drive me, people will gossip about me. Han Yueao was referring to the time when Suyu appeared and let her and Su Xiaoxiao go by accident. That time, both Sun Feifei and Gao Yero were humiliated. Rumors spread in the company that she or Su Xiaoxiao had a relationship with Suyu. Some people even said they were Suyu's mistresses. Han Yueao laughed so hard that her teeth almost fell off. She swore to herself that the next time she heard someone say something like that, she'd retort to their face. Uncle Suyu was over 30 years old. How could he have such good stamina? How could he keep two mistresses at the same time? You talk too much. Get off the car. Suyu waved his hand and shooed her out of the car impatiently. Then he reminded her, don't talk nonsense to Zheng Ro or I'll beat you up. Oh, that girl's name is Zheng Ro. I remember it now, Han Yueao replied slowly. Suyu felt like he was hit by 10,000 points. He really couldn't chat with this weirdo. Furious, Suyu slammed the car door and left. Han Yueao stood on the spot and laughed. Since when did my life goal become to punish big bosses? Han Yueao froze. On his way back he received Little Bean's voice message and WeChat message. Handsome Su, we're at Uncle Tang's villa. Come and eat hot pot. It's so late and you're still eating? Aren't you on a diet? Suyu replied amused. You need to eat to have the strength to lose weight. Little Bean's ability to quibble was superb. Seeing that Suyu was unmoved, Little Bean added. Come quickly, let's discuss the grand plan together. What big plan? Suyu already knew what it was, but he was just teasing Little Bean. It's about my mommy's birthday. Uncle Tang and my auntie said that they want to give my mommy a surprise this year. Alright, wait for me. I'll be right there. Suyu turned the car around and drove toward Tang Chuan's private villa. At this moment, only Tang Chuan, Qin Ning, Little Bean, and Pudding were in Tang Chuan's private villa. The housekeeping auntie they hired helped them wash the ingredients they needed for the hot pot and prepare the base. Sir, it's ready. You can eat now. Hey, I'll wait for my friend. I'll ask the driver to take you home first. After the housekeeper left, Tang Chuan and the others gathered in the living room. Sis, do you love me? Little Bean leaned over to Pudding and asked. No. I'll be sad if you say that. Little Bean pouted cutely. Your trick doesn't work on me. I know you have a favor to ask of me, but no matter what it is, I won't agree, Pudding refused calmly. Chapter 3606. Are you even my biological sister? How can you be so heartless? Cut the crap. I'm not buying it. Pudding continued to play on her phone. Sis, you're so rich. Can you lend me a little? No. But if you don't lend it to me, I won't be able to prepare a birthday present for mommy. You don't need to prepare it. I'll prepare it. But it's your money. Mommy gave birth to both of us. Why can't you get a present but I don't? What will mommy think? Even if you don't like it, you're still making a profit. Little Bean, Qin Zhao Zhao, you're so heartless. You'll regret it in the future. Little Bean was furious that her sister wouldn't lend her the money no matter what. She tilted her head and ran to Qin Ning. Auntie. Yeah. What are you going to give mommy? I'm not telling you. Hee hee. I'm not curious. I'm just wondering if you can lend it to me. No? Qin Ning refused with a smile. Auntie, you can't do this to me. I'm afraid you'll use all the money I lend you to buy desserts. Am I that greedy? Little Bean said with disdain. You are. Pudding and Qin Ning both retorted. Uncle Tang and the others are all bullying me. You're the only one left. Little Bean immediately changed her target. Don't worry, Little Bean. Even if the whole world abandons you, you still have me. After all, I don't love you. Tang Chuan's words made things worse for Little Bean. Little Bean, she stood in the living room with a pitiful look full of grief. At this moment the doorbell rang. Little Bean quickly ran over and tiptoed to open the door. The moment she saw Suyu, she jumped into his arms. Handsome Su, you're finally here. They're all bad people. They're all bullying me. Ha! You're bullying me again. Suyu dotingly picked Little Bean up from the ground. She wants to borrow money. We don't want to lend it to her, Pudding explained. Why do you want to borrow money? To buy a present for mommy. That's not necessary. Your mommy doesn't want presents. Mommy. Little Bean wanted to borrow money from Suyu, but Suyu told her that her mommy didn't need any presents from her, which made her swallow her words. Ha, handsome Su, I like your humor. Pudding knew that Suyu did it on purpose. She couldn't help but laugh at Little Bean's humiliation. You guys are going overboard. Little Bean was furious. Don't worry, Daddy won't lend it to you. Then I'll go find Bui. Finally, Little Bean used her ultimate move and brought out her friend, Gao Buin. Forget it. Buyuan's pocket money can't even buy a cake. His mom treats him and his dad like military dogs, Tang Chuan said jokingly. No. You don't know him. Although Buyuan doesn't have money, he can borrow money from Wei Yunchu. The Wei family is rich. As far as I know, Auntie Xiaowei is very generous to Yunchu. Little Bean glanced at Pudding with a smirk. Pudding, what do you think? Tang Chuan teased the twins. Yunchu won't lend money to Buyuan. Buyuan will lend it to Little Bean because I have all of Yunchu's pocket money. He's used it to buy stocks. Damn it. That's unbelievable. Tang Chuan was astonished. At such a young age, Pudding could get her boyfriend's private money to invest. He was a winner in life. Hearing this, Little Bean pointed at her sister and yelled, Qin Zhao Zhao, from this moment on, I don't love you anymore. Chapter 3607. You make it sound like I'll turn into Chang'e if you love me, Pudding said with contempt. Handsome Su, they're all bad people. They won't lend me money. You're the only one. Once again, Pudding placed her hope on Suyu. Hey, good girl. It's okay. I'll lend you as much as you want. I'll even give you Imperial Star. Suyu chuckled. I'm not that greedy. Really. But I haven't thought of a gift yet. You don't have to lend me the money. You can lend me the money when I decide what to buy. Suyu rubbed Pudding's head, mesmerized by her cuteness. Suyu was called to the hotel in the middle of the night to plan the birthday party on the luxurious cruise ship with Qin Ning and Tang Chuan. On the other hand, Wei Ying's heart was in turmoil after her encounter with Shen Mingxi. Then she went to the Public Security Bureau and found Jiang Xiaowei, who was at work. Sis-in-law, do you have time? Let's talk. Have a seat. Jiang Xiaowei could guess what Wei Ying wanted to talk about. Her sister-in-law's whole world seemed to revolve around Shen Mingxi. It was like this in the beginning and it was still like this after the divorce. Sis-in-law, I've been a bit upset these days. Because of Shen Mingxi? Jiang Xiaowei placed one of the 2 cups of coffee in front of Wei Ying. Wei Ying nodded without hiding anything. You still can't forget him. Jiang Xiaowei said it as a statement, not a question. Yes. Then what do you want to do? Get back together with him? I've thought about it. But Mom, Dad, and my second brother, that's not the main reason. It's up to you, Jiang Xiaowei interrupted Wei Ying. Sister-in-law, to be honest, I'm conflicted as well. I thought that we would slowly find our way back to how we used to be. To be honest, Mingxi, we've known each other for so many years, but he's never been this nice to me. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't touched. Mom said that he just needs women and told me not to trust him. But he's rich and powerful. If he just needs women, he could just casually find someone with a good figure and a pretty face. He wouldn't have come to me. Since that's what you think, what are you still hesitating about? Wei Ying pursed her lips and remained silent. Are you afraid of Hui Yanyan? Jiang Xiaowei was indeed a psychology student. She immediately got to the point. How should I put it? It's not that I'm afraid of her, it's just that I've been tortured by her for the past few years. After saying this, Wei Ying looked a little tired. If it were the old Wei Ying, she would have been willing to continue fighting with Hui Yanyan. Back then she was full of fighting spirit. She would have been arrogant and domineering. But now Wei Ying had changed. Her personality had become very indifferent. Sometimes she even wanted to imitate Hu Min's lifestyle. She wanted to be the kind of person who didn't fight for anything and left everything to fate. In the past few years, Hu Min never fought for anything, but she had everything. With this mentality, Wei Ying didn't want to continue fighting with that crazy woman Hui Yanyan. But she couldn't bear to leave the man she loved. Just like that, she lived in a dilemma. Sister-in-law, you're smart. You and Sister Mian are the smartest women I've ever met. You're the best at managing marriage and love. I believe you'll give me good advice. Please help me and tell me what to do. It was obvious that Wei Ying was in a lot of pain. Otherwise, she wouldn't have rushed to Jiang Xiaowei's office to talk to her before she got home from work. Chapter 3608. Ying, I don't have a sister. Ever since I married your brother, he's treated you like his own sister. I know. Wei Ying nodded. Logically speaking, I agree with your brother's decision. It's not because he's my husband and I have to help him, but because we're your family and don't want you to get hurt. We didn't lose our memories of what Shen Mingxi did to you back then, so we don't want you to continue falling into his trap. Persuading you to let it go is an expression of our love for you. I understand, sis-in-law. No one cares about me more than you do. But feelings can't be explained rationally. In the past few years after your divorce, although your personality has changed for the better and you're in a good state, you haven't been in a relationship. This means that you still can't let go of that man. So if you like him, I don't want to stop you. Of course, I'll support you in pursuing your own happiness. But just like you said, love is a romantic affair while marriage is a daily life. If Hui Yanyan doesn't die, there will always be a scar between you and Hui Yanyan. You also seem to have to face the child she left behind. Shen Mingxi, how should I describe him? He's a good person, at least not a bad person. But he's too indecisive and even overly compassionate. In this aspect, he can't compare to your brother, Su Yu and Qin Chu. So he's the one who caused this situation. Yeah. Hui Yanyan, this disaster was caused by him in the beginning because he pitted her. So, you shouldn't be the one who should be conflicted. You shouldn't be so passive, it should be him. Sis-in-law, I don't quite understand what you mean. Let me put it this way. If Shen Mingxi can get rid of Hui Yanyan himself, then there's still a possibility between you two. But if Shen Mingxi is still as hesitant as before, I think you should just give up. Even if it hurts, you have to give up on this relationship. After all, the nightmare of being haunted for the rest of your life is very scary. It's much more painful than giving up now. Sister-in-law, I understand what you mean. You're so smart. This matter is not difficult to begin with. The onlooker sees more clearly than the person involved. You are deeply involved in the situation, so you can't see clearly. It's not your fault. Okay, then I'll listen to you. If he can't handle it himself, then let's just leave it at that. Yes. Sister-in-law, go to work then. I have a lunch date with my friend, so I won't hold you up any longer. Okay, drive carefully. Sis-in-law, I heard that Sister Mian's birthday is very grand. Tang Chuan and the others are helping out. I have work to do now, so I'm not in a hurry to ask. What, you want to go? Yeah, I want an invitation. When I was being unreasonable, I had some conflicts with Sister Mian. We haven't seen each other much in the past few years, so we couldn't reconcile. This time, I want to take the opportunity to apologize to her. Mian won't mind. She's not a narrow-minded person. Jiang Xiaowei smiled. I know. I just feel guilty about it. Anyway, help me get an invitation. Okay. Hearing Jiang Xiaowei's words, Wei Ying finally came to her senses and wasn't in so much pain anymore. Meanwhile, in a dark private room in a bar, what do you want? Tell me, Don't worry. I won't let Wei Ying be with Shen Mingxi. Hui Yanyan smiled viciously. Of course I know that. The man was impatient. This time I'm not looking for you because of the two of them. I have something else that I need you to do. Fuck. Why should I help you? Who do you think you are? Obviously the man hated Hui Yanyan and spoke disrespectfully. Do you want me to expose the person who helped me get out? If it's exposed, Shen Mingxi, Wei Ying, Su Yu and Qin Chu won't let you go. Bitch. How dare you threaten me? Calm down. Let's get down to business. You must get me an invitation to Huimin's birthday. Hui Yanyan took a puff of his cigarette and smiled creepily. Chapter 3609. What do you want? The man seemed to have sensed something was off. That's none of your business. It's a private matter between me and Huimin. Hehe. Let's not talk about whether you can sneak in or not. Even if you can, do you think you'll have a chance to do anything to her? You probably haven't done your research on Huimian since you came out, right? Her bodyguards are all top-class experts. For her safety, the cruise ship will be on high alert on her birthday. Do you think you'll succeed? No. You're wrong. I don't want to do anything to her on the cruise ship. Then why do you want the invitation? The man was confused. This is my own business. You just have to do what you need to do. Hui Yanyan, you don't know the difference between master and servant. If it weren't for me, you'd still be a fucking psycho. How dare you order me around? I'm not ordering you around. We're partners. Don't forget that I'm good for you. Hui Yanyan smiled. After work, Shen Mingxi walked to the underground parking lot. Holding his cell phone, he felt conflicted. He wanted to have dinner with Wei Ying. Even if their relationship didn't work out, he'd like to have dinner with her. But it would be nice to have dinner with her and see her. But, after much consideration, he didn't send her a WeChat message. He typed it several times but deleted it with the backspace key. Finally, he walked to his Porsche Cayenne. When he got into the car, a smell that didn't belong to him assaulted his nose. It was a choking fragrance. It was a perfume from a luxury brand. Because it was too flashy, it didn't sell well. However, there were still a few people who liked her taste. Shen Mingxi followed the scent and turned his head. Then he froze. Hui Yanyan was wearing a low-cut black evening gown and exquisite makeup. She sat in the back seat of the car. How did you get in? Shen Mingxi's expression was grim. Mingxi, did you forget that I have your car keys? When you loved me, I had a lot of house keys and car keys. Back then you were so good to me that you even scolded Wei Ying. What's wrong with you now? Are you going back to the same old woman? Are you tired of my body? Could it be that the bitch Wei Ying had learned her lesson and was better in bed than me? Can't you stop? After saying that, Hui Yanyan even laughed weirdly. Hui Yanyan, the current you is truly evil. You disgust me. Really? Then why didn't you feel disgusted when you were on top of me? We're all men like this. Are you looking for an excuse to replace me after you've had enough fun? You know it's not because of that. Shen Mingxi looked at her seriously. Stop pretending. Shen Mingxi, you've never been a faithful man. You knew I liked you from the beginning, but you still married Wei Ying for the benefit of your family. After marriage, you thought Wei Ying was annoying, but you couldn't resist her temptation and had an affair with me. Chapter 3610. He said, Hui Yanyan, it's because of scum like me that you and your daughter have the last hope. If it weren't for my protection, you would have been chopped into pieces by Hu Xiqian a long time ago. Your daughter wouldn't have gone abroad to study and you wouldn't be alive now. Isn't that ironic? You call me a scum, but what about you? Your family members are all evil and they all died horrible deaths. Huimian was so nice to you, but you didn't care about her feelings and tried to harm her many times. You've lived for almost 30 years but you don't have any family, friends or love. Tell me, aren't you worse than a scumbag like me? Hui Yanyan's eyes turned red when she heard his words. Shen Mingxi, you're so vicious. You know how to poke at people's heartstrings. Hui Yanyan was surprised by his reaction. Hehe. Are you the only one who can do whatever you want but we can't? Hui Yanyan, don't have double standards. You judge us by the standards of a saint, but you judge yourself by the standards of a scum. Don't you think that's a problem? I'm a scum. If I wasn't a scum, why would I climb into your bed? Hui Yanyan, don't try to use the past to tie me down. I don't owe you anything. I've been good to you and Tian Tian with all my heart. Even though you treated me badly, I still took care of your daughter and sent her abroad. I don't want you to remember what I said, but I don't want to repay evil with kindness. I'm not that great. Don't fight with me anymore. Leave some beautiful memories of the past. If I'm to ask where I'm wrong, I can only say that I met the wrong person and couldn't see your evil intentions. The person I owe the most in my life isn't you but Wei Ying. I owe her too much. You think you've loved me for many years and loved me, but what about Wei Ying? We've known each other since kindergarten and we're together. But I didn't cherish her enough. Hee hee. So you want to find her now? But does she care about you? She must have done it with Yi Xiaoyang countless times. Even if she married him, she would have cheated on you, right? Don't think that everyone is like you. People with dark hearts see the world in darkness. I don't want to argue with you. I need money. Shen Mingxi, transfer 1 million yuan to my card. Wait. Shen Mingxi thought this woman was a bitch. Because if you don't give it to me, I can continue to pester Wei. I'll curse her wherever she goes and make her infamous. Hui Yanyan knew Shen Mingxi cared about Wei Ying, so she poked at his weak spot. You're despicable. Shinz's teach Wei. Hua's, do you think is never ending? No, just this once. I don't want much, just 1 million. Give me the money right now, Wei. I'm sure. After I finish what I want to do, I will leave this place. By then, whoever you want to be with will have nothing to do with me. After hearing this, Shen Mingxi thought for a moment and wrote her a check for 1 million yuan. Darling, you're still so generous. Hui Yanyan took the check, kissed the 1 million and got out of the car with a smile. Shen Mingxi drove away. Oh, what should I do? You're still so stupid. Why can't you be as smart as Qin Chu and Su Yu? No wonder I don't love you anymore. You fool. Looking at Shen Mingxi's Porsche Kian, Hui Yanyan sneered. The next morning at South Hill Manor, Dr. Hua, you're on leave today. Do you have any plans? Qin Chu asked during breakfast. What? Do you want to ask me out? Huamin made a face at her husband. Chapter 36:11. Come on, Daddy Mommy, can you not be so lovey-dovey? I haven't even had breakfast and you've already fed me dog food. Little Bean protested with a glass of milk in her hand. Qin Chu and Huamin looked at each other and smiled. Do you want to learn from your sister? Look at how calm she is. Huamin looked at Pudding on purpose. I'm not single, why can't I be calm? Pudding explained. Damn, I'm not single either. Humph, you're bullying me again. I'm going to Auntie Lingling's house to play. A grown girl can't be kept at home. Honey, hurry up and ask Gao Ran's family for betrothal gifts. Okay, I'll call him in a bit. Qin Chu was very cooperative with his wife. Daddy, do you have the heart to do that? Uncle Gao Ran is the director, but his salary isn't even enough for Auntie Lingling to buy a Hermes bag. You're so rich, why do you need betrothal gifts? So what Little Bean means is that we're going to get married for free? When the time comes. Huamin rolled his eyes on purpose. No, Mommy, Little Bean means, not only can't we ask the Gao family for money, we have to give them some of our own money, Pudding explained. Sis is right. Daddy, can you give me a Bugatti Veyron as a dowry? I like orange. Little Bean giggled. Do I look like a Bugatti Veyron? Mr. Qin asked with a serious face. Huamin, ha. Pudding, Daddy, your answer is very good. There's nothing wrong with it. Little Bean, ha, Daddy, you're so stingy. You have so much money and can't spend it all. Why keep it? Qin Chu answered without hesitation, to get your brother a wife. Little Bean, oh, if you didn't mention it, I would have forgotten about Qin Guogua. Huamin was dumbfounded. Qin Guogua? Who? The one in your belly. Pudding reminded him out of kindness. But why did you call him Qin Guogua? Huamin was puzzled. Because he's going to be our scapegoat in the future. Little Bean answered matter-of-factly. Huamin facepalmed. Then he rubbed his stomach. Son, don't come out yet. Let's wait for 3 years. Haha, Mommy, are you pregnant with Neza? 3 years. Little Bean burst into laughter. You can't bully your younger brother. Huamin defended his second child. We won't bully him because he has to work hard like Daddy to earn money for us to spend. Grandpa and Grandma said that the rules of the Qin family are, the men are responsible for earning money to support the family, and the women are responsible for being as beautiful as flowers. They also have to have money to spend anytime and anywhere. When was the rule set? How come I didn't know about it? Huamin didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Alright, I'm going to work. Honey, you go back to Sky Blessing Court later. Remember to be careful. I'll bring the 2 little ones. I'll bring bodyguards, so don't worry. Okay, call me if you need anything. Okay, but honey, there's something I'm curious about. What? In order not to burden Han Yueyao, Huamin emphasized again and again. Sister Mion, I know. Besides, even if you want me to give you a gift, I don't know what to buy. I can't even afford the things you use. So I won't buy anything. Yeah. Don't buy anything. Just bring her to dinner and make it lively. Huamin thought that if Han Yueyao came, maybe Suyu wouldn't feel so lonely. Although he didn't know if there would be any sparks between them. Chapter 36:13. Hey. I'll remember it, Sister Mion. After the voice message, Huamin put down his cell phone. Mommy, who's this sister? A new friend, Mommy? Gossiping, the twins looked at the profile pictures on their mommy's cell phone. Yeah, a new friend. What? Do you want to interfere with Mommy's friends? No. We just want to help handsome Sue keep an eye out for any good girls. Little Bean's eyes turned into crescents as she smiled. You two don't like Xing Ro? Huamin asked tentatively. He remembered that the twins' impression of Xing Ro seemed to have changed a little. What's the use of liking her? Handsome Sue doesn't like her. Pudding lowered her head and analyzed the situation calmly. That's true. Love is a matter of mutual consent, Huamin explained. Yes. Just like you and Daddy, love is free. Little Bean continued to flatter. Yes. If everyone in the world marries because of love, then there will be more happy people in the world. Okay, Mommy. Don't tell me such profound things. We're still young. Little Bean stopped the topic in time. Huamin smiled but didn't say anything. She patted the twins' heads lovingly. In the blink of an eye, they were already so big. It was like a dream. When she was pregnant with them, Qin Chu had disappeared and Hua Xiqian had been eyeing them covetously. At that time she was pregnant and moved into the Su family to protect the babies. However, many people didn't understand and scolded her. There was even a forum where there were many perverted and jealous female fans who scolded her every day. Their words were as unpleasant as they could be. For example, they said that she threw herself into another man's arms right after her husband died. Some even said that she and Suyu had been having an affair for a long time and that the babies were Suyu's. At that time she was tortured. To make her feel better, Suyu had hired people to delete those comments and paid people to say good things about her. Huamin would always remember everything that Suyu had done for her. Although she couldn't repay him with her body, she could be Suyu's best friend for life. When Suyu needed her, she would go through water and tread on fire for him. Mommy, what are you thinking about? Seeing that Mommy was distracted, Little Bean looked up curiously. It's nothing. When you go to Grandma's house later, you have to be obedient. Don't be naughty. Do you understand? Grandma is old and can't keep up with you. Don't run around. Got it, Mommy. The car slowly drove to Sky Blessing Court. Bella and Jixin were helping their mother make dumplings and the whole family was enjoying themselves. Grandma, uncle, auntie. Although Bella and Jixin weren't married yet, they were officially husband and wife after their engagement. The twins liked Bella very much. She had been Huamin's subordinate for many years. She was loyal and upright. Therefore he directly called her aunt. Hey, let me see who's here. Come here, let uncle see if you've gained weight. Jixin doted on the 2 kids. Despite the flour in his hands, he squatted down and picked them up. Sister Mion, Bella greeted her with a smile. How much have you made? Do you need me? Huamin's bodyguard put down the things she bought for the family. She put her handbag on the coffee table and rolled up her sleeves. Go away, we don't need you. You're so big and you're still working. Yang Meong loved Huamin very much and didn't want her to do any more work. Mom, I'm fine. I'm not about to give birth. What are you afraid of? I can't stay idle, huh? If you can't stay idle, go wash some fruit and bring it to us. Okay. Hearing his mother's words, Huamin stood up and walked into the kitchen with the fruit. At this time, Jixin followed Huamin into the kitchen quietly. Says, I have good news and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first? Jixin lowered his voice and asked mysteriously. Chapter 36:14. Huamin rolled his eyes and replied with a smile. Comrade Jishin, can I only listen to the good news and not the bad? All the good things are yours. Why are you so beautiful? That's impossible. Sis, hurry up and choose. Jishin was now mature and steady, but he was still a big boy who liked to act spoiled in front of his sister. Hey, I'll listen to the bad news first. After all the bitterness comes happiness. Huamin waved his hand and chose to listen to the bad news first. Bella might be taking a long leave from the company soon. You'll have to ask brother-in-law to arrange for a new assistant to take over. Why? She's resigning. Hearing that Bella was going to take a long leave was indeed bad news. Right now, Young and Bella were helping with a lot of miscellaneous things at GK. She's not resigning. She's just taking a leave. Hee. Jishin smiled mysteriously. Then, what's the good news? The good news is that Bella is pregnant. The two of us plan to go to the Civil Affairs Bureau to get married on your birthday. As for the banquet, it's meaningless and we don't want to be too high profile. Then while the baby is still young and not affected, we plan to take a leave. I want to go to Northern Europe with her. She said she wants to see the aurora. Oh my god, good job. Comrade Jishin is going to be a father. Huamin was overjoyed. Yes, Dr. Hua. Oh no, Vice Director Hua, you're going to be an aunt. Oh my god, is it true? You're not lying to me, are you? The sudden good news made Huamin extremely excited. When have I ever lied to you? Jishin smiled. It's great. This is simply, we don't know if brother-in-law will give us leave. Sis, you have to help us get in through the back door. Of course. This is great news. Not to mention a few months, we'll approve it even if it's a few years. Huamin was truly happy for Jishin. She had watched her brother grow from a boy to a man. From a student to a business elite. Although she wasn't as outstanding as a dragon among men, she had always been diligent. She was already satisfied that she didn't let her sister's reputation be tarnished. Mom doesn't know yet. We plan to wait until the baby is 3 months old before we announce it. Otherwise, Mom will be superstitious and say that she's afraid of losing the baby. Well, okay, then I'll tell Mom in 3 months. She'll be so happy. Just thinking about it made him feel very happy. Pudding and Little Bean, you're going to have brothers and sisters again. You won't be lonely in the future. Yeah, and the one in my stomach. In the future, our family can directly open a kindergarten. Laughter kept coming out of the kitchen. Bella sighed as she made the dumplings. I haven't seen Sister Mion smile so happily in a long time. Yeah. She was a calm child when she was a child. She was much more mature than other children her age. At that time I was wondering how Hu Jinghai and I, both unreliable people, could give birth to a child as calm and witty as Mion, Yang Mirong said proudly. Mom, what are you saying about me? Huamin happened to walk out of the kitchen and heard his mother's words. I said that you're smart and calm. It doesn't seem like something our family genes can save. I don't know what good karma the Hua family has accumulated to have such a good child like you. Yang Mirong was cheated by Hu Jinghai and gave birth to Mion. Then she was framed by Shinjiani and couldn't enter the Hua family. However, from the beginning to the end, Yang Mirong didn't think that Mion's birth was unnecessary. Now she felt more and more that it was a gift from God. Mom, if I wasn't your daughter, would you still love me so much? Huamin asked unexpectedly. After hearing this sentence, everyone was stunned. Chapter 36:15. Look at what you're asking. Are you stupid? Yang Meirong couldn't help but laugh. She really thought Huamin was joking. Sis, did Mom buy you eggs as a gift? Jishin also found it funny. Oh, I was just giving an example. For example, I was taken from the hospital by mistake. Huamin asked half-truthfully. Sis, have you watched too many tear-jerking dramas recently? You're so imaginative. You were taken from the hospital by mistake. Mom said that when you were born you weighed more than 8 kilograms. How could you be taken from the hospital by mistake? Haha, Mommy, so you were also a big fatty back then. No wonder I have such a figure now. Little Bean laughed. It's different. I was born with it. You ate it. How can it be compared? Huamin was speechless. Why can't it be compared? No matter how complicated the process is, the result is only one word. Fat. Little Bean continued to quibble. Little Bean, you're so talented. Jishin was amused. He couldn't help but run over and kiss Little Bean's hair. Jishin kissed Little Bean too. They're both nieces. You have to treat them equally. Bella was afraid that Little Bean would be angry, so she quickly reminded Jishin to comfort the other one. Unexpectedly, before Jishin could go over, Little Bean quickly reached out and gestured for him to stop. Uncle, don't. I know you love me. I appreciate it. Don't kiss me. Feels weird. Jishin, Bella, my sister is a neat freak. Yes, even after Daddy kisses her, she will subconsciously wipe her face, Little Bean added. Get lost. Don't stir up trouble here. I just feel that I'm not a child anymore. It's too childish to keep kissing me like this, Little Bean said. If you're not a child, then what are you? Little Bean, how old are you? Jishin sighed. I don't want to do childish things. Anyway, I won't be angry. Just kiss Little Bean. It's best if you kiss her more. Kiss her face full of saliva. Ah, Little Bean, why are you so naughty? Aren't you afraid of trouble? Why is your face full of saliva? Little Bean felt that her sister was doing this on purpose. The whole family happily ate the dumplings. As for Huamin's hypothetical question, Yang Merong didn't answer and Huamin didn't dare to ask. Everyone seemed to think that this was just a joke. But Huamin knew that he couldn't lie forever. The truth would come out one day. Xiaoyan and her father would live by her side in the truest sense of the word. She believed that she would wait until that day came. Star Emperor Group artist Hostel Su Xiaoxiao came back late again and seemed to be in a bad mood. You're back. After washing her face and putting on a facial mask, she walked out of the washroom and saw Su Xiaoxiao smoking. Yes. Not in a good mood? Yao Yao, tell me, why doesn't Brother Lin like me? I don't know him, but he looks weird, Han Yueyao commented from the bottom of her heart. Yeah, I think it's weird too, but I like weird people. I don't want any of them. You have weird taste. Han Yueyao lowered her head and played with her cell phone with a chuckle. How are things going between you and Suyu? Su Xiaoxiao finished the last puff of her cigarette and coughed. What do you mean? Don't pretend. I can see that Suyu treats you differently. Do you two like each other? Su Xiaoxiao smiled wickedly. Chapter 36:16. I really didn't. Frightened, Han Yueyao waved her hands. Didn't he drive you home that day? Yes, but he didn't want me to be away for too long and affect the company, Han Yueyao explained. Do you really think Suyu cares about that? You're just a small actress who doesn't even have any jobs. How can you affect the company? When Ye Lingxian was here, he didn't say a word about it even though there were so many scandals against him. So don't make excuses. It's not what you think. In fact, I think Suyu takes special care of me because of Sister Huamin, right? You know, I was introduced by Sister Huamin. Han Yueyao lowered her head and said sincerely, yeah, you're right. Suyu, you're a good man, but when it comes to Dr. Hua, you're a mess. By the way, Dr. Hua's birthday is coming soon. I heard that Mr. Tang is organizing it. Will you go? Yeah. I'll go. Sister Mian is good to me. Although I'm not very capable and can't make a name for myself, I have to repay her kindness. How about this? I'm bored anyway. I'll go with you. I'll choose the gift since I have money. No. It's my business. I'll buy it myself. I don't need your help. Han Yueyao knew Su Xiaoxiao didn't lack money, but she couldn't borrow money from her friends to buy gifts. You don't have to be so polite with me. I don't have many friends. You're my only friend. It's nothing. No. We can be friends, but don't talk about money. It's too realistic. I don't want to hurt our relationship. Han Yueyao knew her place. I didn't expect you to be so mature at such a young age. It's not that. It's just my upbringing. My mother is an old woman and has very good values. I envy you. Su Xiaoxiao glanced at Han Yueyao with complicated emotions in her eyes. Han Yueyao had a feeling Su Xiaoxiao's family background was complicated. She had been in the dorm for a long time, but no one from her family had called her. But she received a large sum of money every month. Once when Su Xiaoxiao was taking a shower, her phone rang. She picked up the phone and handed it to her. She happened to see a message from the bank saying that 100,000 yuan had been transferred to her account. What did it mean for a little girl in her early 20s to have a monthly allowance of 100,000 yuan? Since she was so close to Suyu, she was sure that Su Xiaoxiao pretended to be a gangster. Miss Perfect was her real identity, but she wouldn't expose it. After all, this was her privacy. The two girls were preparing to sleep in the dormitory. Su Xiaoxiao's phone suddenly rang. She picked up the phone and a hurried voice came from the other end. Xiaoxiao, something happened to Big Brother Lin. Come quickly. Su Xiaoxiao immediately jumped out of bed and hurriedly asked for the address before getting out of bed. Xiaoxiao, it's so late. Where are you going? I'm going to save Brother Lin. He's been arrested and brought to the police station. It's so late. It's not safe for you. I'll accompany you. Han Yueao put on her clothes and followed him out. It was almost 12 o'clock when the two girls took a taxi to the police station. Officer, we're Lin Hang's family. Please bail him out. Come with me. A police officer led them to the office. Chief, they said they're Lin Hang's family. Which one of you is Lin Hang's family? The old police officer sitting in the office chair asked. Me, Su Xiaoxiao answered anxiously. Who are you to him? Girlfriend. You'd better ask Lin Hang's family members to come here. I'm afraid you can't solve such a big problem, the police officer said gravely. What happened to him? Chapter 36:17. But his parents aren't with him. Su Xiaoxiao vaguely remembered someone saying that Lin Hang's parents were gone. I see. The police officer looked troubled. What happened? Officer, just tell me. I'm his girlfriend and I can make the decision. I'll pay the bail. It's not as simple as the bail. Lin Hang got into an argument with someone in a bar and injured that person. That person's ribs were broken and he's in the hospital. The victim's family won't forgive him and insists on suing him. You may have to go to court and Lin Hang will be detained for the time being. What? So serious? Su Xiaoxiao was dumbfounded. She had thought it was just an ordinary fight but didn't expect it to be serious injury. This was troublesome, so you'd better go home and discuss it with your family. Maybe you should hire a lawyer first. Su Xiaoxiao walked to the side in a daze. Lin Hang's friend, the man whom Han Yueao had met before, walked over. Xiaoxiao, you're here. Liangzi, do you know who Brother Lin injured? Su Xiaoxiao thought it would be best for Lin Hang if she could give him hundreds of thousands of yuan and settle the matter privately without going to court. It's a bit troublesome this time. The guy Lin Hang injured is the son of an official. His name is Li Bin. I heard his father is the second in command of the prosecutor's office. His family is very powerful and his uncle is the commander of some army. This time Lin Hang might go to jail. How can this happen? Lin Hang isn't a violent person. In fact, it's not Lin Hang's fault. A girl in a bar was molested and drugged by the son of an official. Lin Hang happened to see her. She's the sister of a regular customer who often goes to Lin Hang's place to repair his car. She's a nice girl and Lin Hang knew her. So he went up to her and had a fight with them. Is Lin Hang injured? Lin Hang is fine. It's just a scratch on his hand. But Li Bin's condition is worse. He said he broke 4 ribs. Hoo. What should we do? Su Xiaoxiao looked worried. The whole world knew she liked Lin Hang. Han Yueao didn't dare to interrupt since this was a big deal. Oh, I must go see Lin Hang first. After that, Su Xiaoxiao walked over. Sir, I want to see my boyfriend first. The interrogation is not over yet. You can't see him. The policeman's attitude was also cold. There's nothing we can do about it. This time it's the City Public Security Bureau who's arresting people. They won't let us see them so easily. We've been begging them for a long time but they still won't let us see them. I'm so worried. Su Xiaoxiao was on the verge of tears. At this moment she had an idea. Xiaoxiao, don't worry. I'll give it a try. Yao, can you do it? Don't fight him head-on. Su Xiaoxiao looked at Han Yueao worriedly. I won't be that stupid. Don't worry. Then she walked to the policeman sitting in the office with a smile. Sir, is Chief Gao here? You know Chief Gao. The policeman was slightly shocked and his expression was a little complicated. Yes. Han Yueao nodded guiltily. Wait a moment, I'll make a call. Not long after the police made the call, Gao Ran came over. He looked confused when he saw Han Yueao. However, he heard from his subordinates that this girl was the one who wanted to see Chief Gao. You know me. Gao Ran was confused. Chapter 36:18. Oh, Chief Gao. Who means friend? Mion's friend? Yeah. I'm sorry to disturb you, but my friend is in custody because of a fight. We want to go in and talk to him. Please let us in. You can call Huamin first. Gao Ran was cautious. After all, many people knew that Huamin was a famous doctor. It would be bad if this girl pretended to know him and came to ask for a favor. Han Yueyao knew what Gao Ran was thinking. She took out her cell phone and called Huamin right in front of Gao Ran. After a few words, she handed the cell phone to Gao Ran. Oh, Mion. Old Gao, let her meet your friend. I know what to do. He knew the girl knew Huamin and called Huamin in the middle of the night. They must be close. Gao Ran told his subordinates to let them meet Lin Hang. Su Xiaoxiao looked at Han Yueyao with admiration. My goodness. You're awesome. Did you go to Su Yu? But don't tell him I'm here. If he knows I'm in the police station, I'll be dead. Su Xiaoxiao seemed to be afraid of Su Yu. I didn't tell him. I didn't go to Su Yu. I went to Sister Mian. Oh yeah. Dr. Hua is awesome. I heard he and the director of the Municipal Public Security Bureau are childhood friends. You're awesome. Feeling better, Su Xiaoxiao grabbed Han Yueyao's hand excitedly. Go in and see your friend. Hey. I'll go in. Wait for me at the door. Hey. When Su Xiaoxiao went in, Lin Hang was sitting there looking haggard. Big brother Lin, don't be afraid. I'll get you out. There's no need, Xiaoxiao. Don't worry about my business. The other party wants compensation and I don't have any money. I'm willing to go to jail. The money that Lin Hang's car repair factory earned, other than for their daily expenses, was mostly used to modify motorcycles. This group of people who loved motorcycles was actually similar to artistic youths. They could live without food or drink, but they couldn't live without motorcycles. Therefore he was clear about his situation. Not to mention that he had no money. Even if he had money, he did not intend to compensate. Big brother Lin, don't give up on yourself. Do you know how I felt when I heard that you were in trouble? And, do you know how difficult it is to even see you? It was Yao Yao who called her friends and went to look for the bureau chief in the middle of the night to give me the chance to see you. Everyone treats you so well, how can you say it so casually? Han Yueyao is here. Lin Hang heard the key point. Yes, not only did she come, but she also helped us find some connections. Lin Hang bit his lip and didn't say anything. It wasn't his style to let a woman save him. Anyway, don't be afraid. I'm here. Xiao, don't worry. I know your background. It's impossible for us to be together. I'm no better than a beggar. How can I enter your Su family? What's wrong with the Su family? The Su family is also a commoner. When my great-grandfather was conquering the world, he also begged for food from his fellow countrymen. That's not the point. Faith, I don't love you at all. Then, you don't have to love me. I love you. Su Xiaoxiao lowered her head and turned to walk out. When she came out, the others gathered around her. Xiaoxiao, how are you? Big brother Lin will be fine. I have a way. Su Xiaoxiao wiped her tears and walked out of the door. Xiaoxiao, are you okay? You don't look well. Yao, I'm going to find Su Yu. I'll ask him to save Big Brother Lin. Will Su Yu help you? Yao, do you know who Su Yu is to me? Su Xiaoxiao asked with a tearful smile. Chapter 36:19. Han Yueyao didn't speak because she knew Su Xiaoxiao would tell her when she wanted to. Su Yu is my uncle. Uncle? Han Yueyao was surprised. She had guessed that Su Xiaoxiao was a member of the Su family and even guessed that she was Su Yu's father's illegitimate child or half-sister. But she didn't expect there to be such a difference in seniority. Su Yu's father is from my grandfather's generation and is far away in the Gannan military district. I grew up in my family in the north and was raised by my grandparents. They passed away one after another and no one cared for me. My father wanted me to join the army but I didn't agree. I have a half-brother but I don't like them so I don't want to go back. When my grandfather was alive he was very close to Su Yu's father. So, in terms of seniority, Su Yu is my uncle and I'm his niece. The information was too much for her to digest and she had to accept it slowly. My dad is only responsible for giving me money. Other than that he doesn't care about anything else. Even if I tell him he won't help me. He'll even scold me for hanging out with some shady people. But you know, Brother Lin and the others aren't shady people. This time, Brother Lin hit someone because he wanted to save someone so I can't just ignore him. My uncle, Su Yu, has a lot of connections here so it's only a matter of a few words. But I know that my uncle will definitely scold me again. How about I go with you? If he wants to scold me, he can scold me too. Han Yueao thought it wasn't the first time she had been scolded by Su Yu. Huh. You don't have to. I'll take care of my own problems and can't drag you into it. He patted Han Yueao's shoulder. Now wait for me here. After I see my uncle, I'll come to pick you up and we'll leave together. Hey. I'll wait for you here. Hey. Then Su Xiaoxiao walked out of the Municipal Public Security Bureau. Su Xiaoxiao didn't know what she said to Su Yu, but Lin Heng did come out that night. The family member who had clamored for Lin Heng to go to jail didn't dare to cause any more trouble. It was as if this incident had never happened. It was the first time she knew the power and greatness of power. Until the four of them sat in a hot pot restaurant, drinking and eating hot pot in the middle of the night. Only then did she know it wasn't a dream. It had really happened. Yao Yao, what are you thinking? I'm fine. Han Yueao came back to herself. Brother Lin, you have to thank Yao Yao properly today. He put in a lot of effort too. She even went out of her way to get Commissioner Gao to let us meet you. Su Xiaoxiao's mouth was loose. She said everything. Thank you. Lin Heng poured himself a glass of wine and drained it in front of her. You're welcome. I'm just helping Xiaoxiao. Han Yueao was very clear. You look like a pretty good girl. Why do you have to be in the entertainment industry? Don't you know that it's a big dive at? Chapter 36:20. Prostitutes make a lot of money, but they have to sell their bodies. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be famous or an A-lister. I'm fine with being an extra for the rest of my life. What's wrong with making money to support my family? Yeah. Big Brother Lin, I think Miss Han is right. Being an actress is also a profession. Not all actresses rely on unspoken rules. Lin Heng's lackeys couldn't stand it anymore and tried to smooth things over for their boss. But actresses who don't rely on unspoken rules can't become famous. Lin Heng continued to struggle with this problem. I don't need to become famous. Han Yueao chuckled. If you don't become famous, how can you make money? Actors also get paid, okay? Even if you play a role that's not very popular, you can still get a few 100,000 yuan after a show. It's better to take on some commercials and commercial performances than to work. You guys don't live in the capital, so you don't know how expensive it is. A toothbrush costs 8 or 9 yuan. If I work or become a dance teacher, I can only make 7,000 to 8,000 yuan a month. That's not even enough for my family of 3, let alone if I get sick and have to go to the hospital. So, Mr. Lin, everyone has their own ambitions. I'm working hard to make money. What's wrong with that? You seem to have a problem with that. Is it because of your ex-girlfriend? She used to be an actress and you were deeply hurt by her? Han Yueao didn't give him any face with her words. Su Xiaoxiao was so embarrassed that she was afraid the two would start a fight. After all, she had never seen anyone who dared to talk back to Lin Heng like this. But though, Lin Heng lowered his head and didn't continue to talk back, seeming to admit defeat. Yes, Han Yueao was a beautiful girl who had learned dancing, but she didn't dare to look down on her. But when she was fierce, she didn't give face to anyone, even if that person was Su Yu. The four of them ate hot pot to celebrate Lin Heng's release until 2 a.m. When they came back, it was almost dawn. Xiaoxiao, is that Lin Heng? So good that you're so infatuated with him? Big Brother Lin is a good person. You'll know when you get to know him. Forget it. I don't want to know him anymore. I don't like him. Then you like me? My uncle Su Yu? Don't trick me. Han Yueao was exasperated at Su Xiaoxiao's random matchmaking. Ah, your reaction is so big. Did I hit the nail on the head? Su Xiaoxiao smirked. Nonsense, since when? Your uncle is arrogant, conceited and rude. He thinks he can do whatever he wants just because he's rich and powerful. I'm not worthy of him. You don't know. Actually, my uncle is a very kind-hearted person. His heart is very pure, just like a child's. Forget it. Don't try to fool me. I don't want to follow in the footsteps of those actresses. Even an excellent actress like Nia Lingxian couldn't catch his eye, let alone a small fry like me. Han Yueao waved her hand and Su Yu stopped talking. The two girls returned to the dormitory to sleep. Although Su Yu was not so close to Su Xiaoxiao, he still took good care of her. She usually didn't cause trouble. This time, although Su Yu didn't want to help, he still helped. When In came back, it was already 3:30 p.m. How is it? Are you done? Yes, that man has already come out. He even ate hot pot with Xiao Xiao and the others. He's fucking big-hearted, Suyu said in disdain. Han Yueyao is here too. That big-breasted but brainless woman, Suyu commented casually. Huh. President Su, how can you tell that Miss Han has big breasts? How come I didn't notice it? And was puzzled. Chapter 36-22. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? Huamin was speechless. Is this the legendary surprise you prepared for me on my birthday? Yes. Huamin was speechless. Okay, I won't tease you anymore. It's too hard. How could I bear to let you have a third child? Actually, even if it's a girl this time, we won't have any more. Qin Chu gently hugged Huamin and whispered sweet nothings to her. You scared me to death. Huamin pouted. Don't worry, Dr. Hua. I won't let you continue to delay your great mission of saving lives. Qin Chu smiled. Speaking of saving lives, I remembered something, honey. What is it? After this baby is born, I plan to resign and retire. Resign? Retire? Qin Chu obviously didn't expect these two words. After all, being a doctor was Huamin's favorite thing. She had been obsessed with it for so many years and she even felt happy working overtime. He never thought that one day he would hear her say that she wanted to resign. Yes, I'm resigning. Then you plan to stay at home and be a housewife? Qin Chu didn't think that was Huamin's personality. She was so outstanding and independent, why would she want to stay at home and raise a child? No, I plan to go back to GK to help you. Huamin wrapped her arms around Qin Chu's neck and acted coquettishly. Upon hearing this, Qin Chu's eyes turned misty. Honey, you've been working too hard for the past few years. You've sacrificed too much for me and for this family. Others don't understand you, but I do. You've never talked about the pain in your heart. Whatever you've done, you've never made it public. You've just silently contributed. Because of your love and care, the first half of my life has been perfect. You've treated my dreams as your own and worked hard to realize them. I've been a doctor for so many years and I've achieved everything I wanted. I've also saved so many people. It's time for us to change for the rest of our lives. I'm willing to help you achieve your dreams. Your business empire, GK, was built by our ancestors. After Ning Ning got married, your second uncle couldn't do much in the States. So, in order to not let our family business go to waste, I'm willing to work side by side with you and continue to work hard for our family and our babies. Honey, you don't have to do this. Just do what you like. I can handle the company. Qin Chu's eyes were filled with gratitude. If it weren't for his strong willpower, he would have cried because of Huamin. What she said was truly touching. No, you don't have to carry it all on your own. I've been stubborn for too long. It's settled then. When I'm about to give birth, I'll tell the director that I'm quitting. There are many talented people in the medical field and Huamin isn't one of them. However, this family needs both of us. Honey. Qin Chu didn't know what to say for a moment. His fingers ran through Huamin's gradually growing long hair, with a hint of gentleness. I'm so lucky to be able to marry you, Qin Chu exclaimed. Buddy, there's nothing wrong with that. Qin Chu, you're not allowed to watch live streams anymore. Why do you speak so strangely? Qin Chu was speechless. Right. Honey, Ning Ning and Tang Chuan took the initiative to organize the birthday party. They've worked hard. I've already asked Yang to send people over to help. Good job. Huamin cupped Qin Chu's face in his hands and kissed him. The day before your birthday, I plan to take you to a place where we can spend some alone time together. You're being mysterious again. Looking at Mr. Qin's eyes, Huamian knew he was up to something again. Chapter 36-23. Yes, when you were pregnant with our second baby, I prepared a surprise for both of us. What is it? Guess, here it comes again. I'm so annoyed. Go to sleep if you're annoyed. With a slightly smile, Qin Chu carried the heavy Huamin onto the bed and tucked her in carefully. The next morning, Huamin thought Zheng Ro had been discharged from the hospital when he went to check on her after the meeting. But, to his surprise, when Huamin went in, she was eating breakfast with a great appetite. Dr. Hui, you're here. Zheng Ro smiled. How are you feeling? Are your legs better? Yeah. Much better. Come and sit down. I was just about to talk to you. Zheng Rou's attitude changed greatly and she was polite to Huamin. But Huamin was a little wary. Have you had breakfast? Do you want to eat with me? Zheng Rou held up the soup dumplings in her hands. Oh, I've had breakfast. Thank you, Mian. I'm sorry for what I said the other day. Huamin smiled and didn't respond. I'm too impulsive. Even my mom says I'm too impulsive. But I couldn't stop him. I was really angry at the time. You know I like Suyu. I lived in his house for so long and tried to please him. I know. So when I found out he was with a little girl I was furious. I'm not an idiot. I knew there was nothing going on between Suyu and that girl. He just wanted to get rid of me so he used her. That made me angrier. He'd rather find someone to act than be with me. Zheng Rou, love is a matter of mutual consent. I know. That's why I thought about it in the middle of the night and felt I was too selfish. I shouldn't vent my anger on you guys. Mian, you won't blame me, right? No. Can I attend your birthday party? Zheng Rou looked excited. My birthday is just a meal with my family. It's not that exaggerated. It's not like I'm 70 or 80 years old. I'm really embarrassed that you guys are like this. Huamin didn't like it. He went around telling people that it was his birthday. Being so ostentatious was really not her style. I know. I just feel that we're friends so I want to celebrate with you. Don't worry, I won't give you any expensive gifts. I'm just going to eat and drink. Since Zheng Rou said so, Huamian couldn't refuse. To be honest, she didn't want Zheng Rou to go. It wasn't because he didn't like her, but he felt that Suyu would be there. When the two of them met, he didn't know if they would be unhappy again. Well, if your leg is fine, then come. Great, I knew you wouldn't stoop to my level. After leaving the ward, Huamin still felt uncomfortable. He didn't know what to say. Zheng Rou seemed sincere and straightforward. But Huamin still felt something was wrong. The scary thing was that he had known Zheng Rou for a long time, but she didn't seem as comfortable as Han Yueyao. After Huamin left, Zheng Rou picked up her cell phone and typed a few lines of text. Sir, it's done. I believe I'll see Lu Yan again on Huamin's birthday. Of course, Huamin might talk to Professor Lu on the phone that day. I'll find a chance to put the equipment on her. Chapter 36-24. After sending the message, Zheng Rou smiled meaningfully. It was true that she liked Suyu, so she vented her anger on Huamin. But Huamin's forgiveness was a lie. It was also a lie to attend Huamin's birthday party. She just wanted to complete the mission her superior gave her. After all, no one could imagine that the daughter of a provincial leader was a spy. 1 minute later she received a reply. Be careful. Qinchu is very vigilant. Huamin has anti-tracking equipment. Zheng Rou typed quickly, I understand, sir. Our equipment has been carefully processed. Their anti-tracking equipment won't work on us. Zheng Rou smiled smugly. Hey, keep in touch. The other end seemed to believe Zheng Rou's words. After all, such a high-level tracker couldn't be bought on the market with a lot of money. Such a sophisticated tracker should be enough to deal with a small fry like Huamin, right? Of course, this was only the opinion of Zheng Rou's superior. In a country in Africa, Lu Yan aimed at a target not far away and shot with practiced ease. It hit the target with one shot. The target fell down instantly. Damn it. You pretended to be a hunter. Can't I recognize you? Ian's subordinates are getting worse and worse. In the end, it's hard to catch you alive because Ian didn't kill you, Xiao Fei said calmly. Catch me alive? What a joke. Lu Yan gave him a contemptuous look. She almost couldn't remember how many times she had fought with Ian. Because Ian never had the heart to kill Lu Yan, he ordered them to catch her alive. Therefore they couldn't catch her each time. However, Lu Yan had gotten tired of this game. Ian, on the other hand, was still enjoying it. You let Qiaonan go just like that? Lying on the grass, Xiao Fei picked up a green foxtail and rubbed it against Lu Yan's cheek. He teased her. Isn't he your second brother? I can't kill him. After all, we'll be family in the future. Lu Yan smiled slyly. Others might believe you, but do you think I will? Don't you know how well I know you? Everywhere Xiao Fei looked, there was a gentleness that he had never shown to anyone else. His short silver hair shone even more brightly under the setting sun. It was very pleasing to the eye. Ah, then tell me, why didn't I kill him? Didn't you just want to continue fishing? It's not like those Thai guys saved Xiaonan this time. Smart. Can you guess who the other party is? Lu Yan was excited. She lay in the grass, the gun on her shoulder motionless. Golden Triangle? You guessed it right. Lu Yan pouted. It wasn't difficult in the first place. There are only a few powerful forces in Southeast Asia. Our country is getting stricter and stricter. No one would dare to commit a crime at this time. The war in the Golden Triangle has been tense recently. They lack firearms and have contacted my father many times, but the price hasn't been negotiated. This time they saved Xiaonan because of this. Do you think those bumpkins in the Golden Triangle know who stole the meat this time? Lu Yan chuckled. Of course I do. Who else can catch Xiaonan besides you, Lu Yan? So, those bumpkins are bent on going against me, aren't they? For now, yes. Fuck them. How dare they bully me? Lu Yan was furious. The more she spoke, the angrier she got. She crawled out of the grass and started shooting. More than a dozen assassins who were hiding in front of her fell to the ground and died. Lu Yan, on the other hand, didn't waste a single bullet by shooting randomly. Psycho Chow, we should get out of here. It's too hot in Africa. So, are you going to the Golden Triangle to pick a fight or go back to China? Why would I go back to China? Lu Yan pretended not to know anything. Not only did you seduce President Su, but you even dragged Han Yueyao into a threesome. You're really despicable. Oh, I say, Big Sister Gao knows quite a lot. You even know about 3P? You've watched a lot of AV, haven't you? Gao Yero's face turned pale. I'm happy. I'll do whatever I want. It's none of your business. If you're not convinced, you can come up too. We're just short of one person. Gao Yero was so angry that her face turned red. In the past, Su Xiaoxiao always skipped classes and didn't attend activities. At that time, Gao Yero was in the limelight. As the captain, she sold her image as a young and beautiful girl to attract fans. But now Su Xiaoxiao was like a different person. She was hardworking and eager to learn. Gao Yero felt that her status was no longer guaranteed, so she came to provoke her. She didn't expect to be scolded so badly by Su Xiaoxiao. Su Xiaoxiao, how can there be a woman like you in the world? Gao Yero couldn't help but yell. Immediately, the teacher and other students looked over. Chapter 36-26. Everything in the world counters each other. It's because of your existence that God created me to counter you. Su Xiaoxiao stuck out her tongue and made a face at Gao Yero. Gao Yero was so angry that she almost fell to the ground and foamed at the mouth. You. Just wait and see. I'll teach you a lesson. Gao Yero was so angry that her fingers trembled. Yero, forget it. She's President Su's wife. Let's not mess with her. President Su has slept with many women. She's just a novelty for a few days. After a while, President Su will find a new woman. I'll teach her a lesson. Gao Yero believed her intuition was right. She was waiting for the day when Su Xiaoxiao would fall out of favor. After class, Su Xiaoxiao went to eat with Han Yueyao. However, she didn't see Han Yueyao and didn't reply to her WeChat messages. At this moment, Su Yu had dragged Han Yueyao to a ladies' club. President Su, what's going on? Are you giving me a mid-autumn festival bonus? Looking at the dazzling array of women's clothing, Han Yueyao half-joked. If you think so, then take it as a bonus. Choose for yourself. Can I have all of them? Shame on you, Su Yu scolded in annoyance. Huh? Didn't you say you could choose whatever you want? Do you think I'm stupid? I can only choose one. I'm telling you, it's for Mion's birthday party. Wow. Are you going to take me? What else can I do? Do you think I'll go alone? Su Yu had enough of being called a bachelor. Besides, he heard from Mion on WeChat that Zheng Ro would go as well. He had to continue this act. He really didn't want to have anything to do with Zheng Ro. He pretended to be a couple with Zheng Ro because Zheng Ro hadn't fallen in love with him yet. Su Yu didn't want to owe her a favor, especially when it came to relationships. He had let down such a good girl, Nieling Xian. He really didn't want to hurt other women. Since Han Yueyao didn't seem interested in him, Su Yu thought they could work together. Only one set? So stingy. Han Yueyao sighed. One set is already good enough. It's a gift for you. If it were someone else, I wouldn't even take off the tag and return it immediately after wearing it, Suyu said deliberately. So, when the outside world says that you're a godly tycoon, it's actually fake. You're a stingy rich man. Cut the crap. Hurry up and choose. Can I choose shoes? Han Yueao chuckled. You can choose any underwear or underwear. Just choose. This is the only time. You can't miss this opportunity. You're ruthless. In that case, I won't hold back, President Su. Then she stood up and yelled, Shop assistant, I want the most expensive dress in this shop. Size S, size 36 shoes and size S underwear. If you have a hat, give me one. If the bag is too expensive, I don't want it. Also, give me a pair of pearl earrings. They must be white with lace to match. Suyu. Half an hour later, Han Yueao came out in the most expensive dress she had bought. After all, Han Yueao was a dancer and was very thin. But she was still able to stand in this pink dress. If it were anyone else, they would have looked like they were from the countryside. Miss, you're the first one who doesn't look out of place in this dress. It's really beautiful, the shop assistant praised sincerely. President Su, please pay for it. I'll take this. Han Yueao pointed at the dress she was wearing happily. President Su, the total cost is 230,000 yuan. So expensive? Suyu was extremely reluctant. He had a feeling that the girl was trying to rip him off. That dress is a limited edition. It costs 160,000 yuan. Okay. Pay by card. Suyu didn't want to hear more. He took out his black gold card and handed it to her. President Su, your girlfriend is so beautiful. She's very elegant. I'm not his girlfriend. I'm an employee of his company. Boss Su is in a good mood recently and gave my employees a mid-autumn festival benefit. So, beauty, do you want to work at Imperial Star? Maybe the next Christmas benefit will be a sports car. Hearing this, Suyu almost fainted. Han Yueao, are you having fun? Suyu rolled his eyes. You're shameless enough to ask me for it. Why would I be embarrassed to cut it off? I don't need money because I'm just an ordinary person. But you're a big shot. Don't you care about your dignity? Cut the crap. 3,200. No, 3,500. I can't go any lower. Or you can find someone else. Han Yueao insisted. Suyu bit his lips, trying to suppress his anger. Han Yueao, you've offended the boss. Do you still want to be successful in Imperial Star? Suyu asked with his hands on his hips. You're tuning in to the Romantic Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.